Wolfie! Hello!
Hello, Sophia. Is your sister preoccupied? I'd very much like to see her.
Yes, she's up. Just finished the washing and now Stancy's taken to writing. See?
So I do. Could I trouble you for a moment alone with her? I promise you'll have her to yourself all day once I'm done. But I must hurry. I'm afraid I can't dally in the house today.
Of course. I've got milk to fetch from the butcher's today after all. Farewell, Wolfie.
Adieu.
Oh, Wolferdle, hello. I thought I heard Sophia speaking to you a minute ago. Whatever can I help you with?
Oh, not a thing. Nothing. Although it would bring me the most endearment of pleasure. If you would accept this token?
This is unexpected. What's the occasion?
No occasion, just... Well, I wanted to give my thanks to you.
It's a beautiful bouquet, but whatever for?
Your kindness, of course. Your concern for me was unexpected, Miss Webber. I find myself entirely in your debt. However, furthermore, I wanted to make amends, if that's remotely possible.
I appreciate your compliments, sir. And the roses are lovely, but make amends for what?
My behaviour at the dance last night. It was ungentlemanly of me, and improper, to behave as I did towards you. You see, I'm an impulsive man at my worst. I'm foul-tongued and oft ridiculous. But you did nothing to incur such a verbal lashing, nor my dismissal, Stansel. I wasn't justified in my actions towards you. I've made plenty of fool of myself with this tongue of mine. And I wouldn't want it to burn you, for I enjoy your company immensely.
Well, I'm flattered you value me, and you're forgiven, Wolferdle. We're fallible, after all. Even my own brash tongue was not justified, and I spoke out of turn to you. A feat I sincerely apologize for.
It's all right. I know the consequences of brashness all too well. It seems to follow me around like some internal storm. And I can't help it. I must simply say whatever comes to my head.
Wolfie, you seem a touch uncomfortable. I have a handkerchief if you require.
I appreciate the offer, but I'm as fit as a fiddle. Although, you have my sincerest apologies for my fidgeting. Seems the perfume and the roses are overwhelming. Anyhow, I must seem ridiculous last night, as much as I do now. I certainly sound as such. And I hope, earnestly I do, that you would accept my sincere apologies.
Certainly, you are forgiven, Wolferdle. And I do hope you will forgive my own forward tongue. On the subject of last night, I mean.
I do, Stansel. You're forgiven. And my heart is glad to hear you found forgiveness of my mistakes too. However now, I sadly must be off. I have a meeting with Countess Thon for a chance to perform in her court.
Oh, Wolferdle, that's wonderful!
It is, isn't it? Oh, wish me luck. I'm a little nervous.
Of course. All the finest luck be with you.
Grazie, madam. Adieu.
Adieu, Wolferdle. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. He's a strange fellow, but I can't help smiling at his gesture with the flowers. He's charming, he's ridiculous, and yes, he's completely impulsive. He's a temperamental man, but at least he recognizes his own faults. Perhaps I misjudged him. Perhaps it's entirely possible that I was in the wrong last night. Truly, I don't know entirely what to make of this flutter I feel towards him. However, I won't forget his gaze last night. Those honest, sweet eyes. That twinge of sadness and loneliness. There was pain behind them, and perhaps longing. It seemed as such to me, that perhaps music, despite it being his companion, hasn't always been the best of company. He's like any of us, unusual, boisterous, flawed, need of patience, companionship, and laughter. Heavens, this laughter. That funny little giggle of his. It's completely infectious, and I can hardly hold my own back in his presence. I won't deny. When he's in joy, that smile as he laughs. Who could denounce its charm? He's so amiable and bright, despite his own troubles. Yes, indeed. Mozart is a lot of things. Complicated and perplexing, and the world he's lived in seems so far away when compared to mine. But I think at his core, he's a kind-hearted man. Even with every flaw, there is something beautiful in between it all.
Stanzi, can I ask you something?
Always.
Do you love Wolfie?
That's quite forward, Sophie. I mean, we all love him, don't we?
I love him, sure. He's kind and he's funny, but I love him as a little sister loves their elder brother. And I think Mama tolerates him, but that's not my question at all. I want to know if you love him.
Sophia, Wolfgang is... Mozart is a guest in our home, and we've had many guests of both fine gentlemen and ladies over the last few months.
I suppose we have. And the gentleman before Wolfie smelled of smoke and wine. I know it's odd, but he's always so warm and charming. When he's around, Wolfie smells like lavender and cinnamon and ink.
That's a touch of a strange sentiment, but true nonetheless. Still, allow us to return to your inquiry. You asked if I loved him. I hardly see how I can love him. I barely know Wolfgang, and besides, our worlds are too different to ever be anything other than good friends.
But he gave you flowers. I saw them in the bedroom earlier. Surely that's a token of love.
Flowers can be a token of friendship too. He was merely asking for forgiveness. He and I quarrelled last night and our tongues grew heated. He wanted to know if amends were possible, and I told him yes. I surely had no intention of breaking his heart by rejecting his gift. He's too sweet a soul.
That's very sweet of you, but do you think he loves you, or could?
I believe what Wolfgang and I have is the beginning of a beautiful companionship, but I doubt he'll stay with us long enough for anything more to bloom. He's a composer. He can't stay here forever. Eventually, he'll fly away again.
I don't want him to leave us again. I wish Wolfie would stay.
I wish he would too. But I know one day another city will call his name, and he'll be off traveling, seeing the world.
Maybe he can take us. I want to sing with Wolfie all over the world.
I know. But I don't believe our heart's desire is possible. I'm sure he'd think you were sweet all the same.
I love Wolfie. He's funny like Pierre, and I wish he could be part of our family. He makes the house happy again, like Papa once did.
He does have quite the infectious laugh, doesn't he?
He does. It's a very silly laugh. He sounds like a horse when he laughs.
Heavens, he does have a silly laugh. Oh, but it's so sweet, too. I must admit I find it hard not to laugh with him.
Yes, he really brightens up the whole room, like sunshine. Wolfie is bright as the sun in the sky. Oh, but, and this is something you mustn't tell him, Stanza, you promise. Well, sometimes, if I'm doing chores, I listen at his door as he plays the violin. I can't help it. His playing sounds so beautiful and majestic. But I beg of you, please say nothing to him. You must promise not to tell.
I won't tell him. I promise.
Yay! I've been accepted! Countess Tharn wants my music performed in her court! Ha ha! Yippee!
Oh, Fettle, this is wonderful!
Oh. It is wonderful, isn't it?
Wolfie, please don't go far away. This work won't take you far away, will it?
Now, why would I want to do that, Where might I be without your cheerful smile in the morning? I'd be quite sad if I had to go away from you and Constanza. Although, I admit, there may be times I have to travel. I've decided to call Vienna my home. So, even if I must leave for a different apartment someday, I will always be here in the city. I won't be far away. I can promise that. And this job is here in Vienna.
Good. I would miss you if I couldn't visit, but if you went away, would you take me with you? I want to sing all across the globe with you.
If I went away? That's a sad statement. But of course you'd come with me. We'd see Prague, of course, and perhaps Rome. Can you imagine us performing in a place like Berlin?
London too? I've heard it's so big.
Yes, London. Oh, I adored London as a child. It was so big and so fascinating and beautiful. The people had funny accents, but it was wild and exciting. We would see everything, for certain.
So, Fettle, tell us, how many concerts did she ask you to perform?
Oh, right. I'm glad you're curious. Countess Tharn has commissioned me to perform 6 concerts, and she's paid up front a considerable amount of ducats.
Oh, this is thrilling!
Indeed. I'll be able to pay the bill for the lodgings here, and perhaps even earn enough to get a new frock.
Oh, this is incredible! I'm relieved the meeting was a success.
It really was, wasn't it? Heavens, I'm so overwhelmed I could burst.
Congratulations, Wolfie. I'm sure your concerts will bring you a great reward.
Thank you, Sophia. And I hope so. It seems things are finally going to turn around.
I'm overjoyed for you, Herr Mozart. You've needed the odds to fall in your favor for quite some time. And it's good they have.
I feel like celebrating. I could shout and run and do a handstand all at the same time. Let's sing something. Come. Sing with me.
Of course. What shall we sing?
I've heard a funny little tune lately. English in origin, so it's bound to be vulgar. But it's that, or soil our tongues with that ridiculous song from the colonies. Yankee Poodle Canoodle or something. Bah! Rubbish!
Which song called?
Can't exactly recall. But never mind that. I know the tune nonetheless. Here, I'll play it on the piano. Although, I think it's supposed to be on the violin or something.
Summer has arrived, and we sing cuckoo. The seed is growing, the meadow's blooming, and the wood is coming leaf now. Sing cuckoo. The eve is bleeding after her lamb, the cow is lowing after her calf. Like prancing Billy Goat farting, sing merrily, cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo.
Summer has arrived, loudly sing cuckoo. The seed is grown and the meadow's blooming and the wood is coming into leaf now. Sing cuckoo. The ewe is bleating after a lamb, the cow is lowing after a calf. The bullock is prancing, the billy goat's farting. Sing merrily, cuckoo, coo. You sing well, cuckoo. Never stop now. Sing cuckoo now. Sing cuckoo. Sing cuckoo. Sing cuckoo now. Now that was fun, wasn't it?
Indeed, you're quite the loveliest singer, Herr Mozart.
The loveliest singer? Singer? Bah! It was only your performances that stood out to me. I'm better a composer than I am a singer. 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 Singer.
Wolfie?
Yes?
Why do you do that?
Do what? Singer. Bloody stupid owl. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say things like a parrot.
It's all right. But I am curious why you do it, I suppose.
Well,
It's okay if you don't know, Wolfie. It's a little funny, but then again, didn't you say we have to be ninnies in order to survive the world?
I suppose we must. But truthfully, I've had a funny singer. Well, everything since I was a child. I laugh like a trained donkey. I don't have fine handwriting, and sometimes I can hardly pay attention to anything beyond my music. I get distracted. I repeat words, as Papa says, like a pretty parrot. Sometimes I feel the most insustainable itch to say things over and over. It's quite funny, isn't it? There I go. I swear my hands and feet must have a mind of their own, because they're always moving. And I don't know why, but I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Oh, hush, hush. I must, like Papa says. Hush. Hush, little Wolfle. Mustn't insult others with our words now. Is there something wrong?
I'm looking for that, you see? Something wrong, I mean. But...
What is it? Singer. Ah!
But all I see is you're still our Wolfie.
That's a relief. I was anxious for a moment or two. Still am. Oh, goodness.
You are right. Right, sister? Wolfie is fine. Isn't he, Stanzi?
He certainly is.
You're both kind. And I thank you. Although, I do apologise for my strange behaviours. I can't help it. Sometimes.
You needn't be concerned. No one will think little of you here. Least of all Sophia and I.
Heaven spare me! What on earth is all
My
this
apologies,
ruckus?
madam. We were celebrating, you see. I've received the most wonderful of news. I'm to perform my music at the Countess Thorne's Royal Court. 6 operas. 6! Oh, God has smiled on me, I swear it.
You're to do what?
Concerts, madam. I'll have enough funds to repay you generously, Madam Weber. Make no mistake.
I'll be damned. You're actually serious.
Yes, here. I'll pay the rest, of course. When it's given to me.
Well, that was certainly something. But with that, I do think we have more work to attend to, girls. More important than whatever you were doing moments ago?
Yes, Mama. I'll attend to the rest of the dusting and sweep up the rooms.
Yes, Mama. I'll attend to the linens right away.
Oh, Fobbywobs. Fobbywobs. It's always work. Lots of it and no time for anything else.
And here I thought your work was your companion, sir.
I did say that, didn't I? I suppose work is futile. However, if one never gets to live, Miss Weber?
I suppose so.
All right, then. I suppose I do have to get on with those operas for Countess Thorne. She arranged for me to attend some dinner meeting with her later, too. And I'll be called upon soon. Her servant said as much. Pardon me, Miss Weber. I didn't quite catch that.
Just as well. You're probably deaf from all the shrill noise you made.
Well, I hope I didn't overwhelm you, Lady Weber. I'd hate to impose on such stuffiness.
You what? Repeat what you just said.
Gladly, you old clod. I
think Mozart simply wanted to indulge in the excitement of his achievement, Mamma. Isn't that what you meant, sir?
Well, naturally, yes. I mean, what else would one do if such a joyous occasion has come rolling through? Would you have me stare at the wallpaper in giddiness? Do a little stitching. Although, we could dance too. There's always that option.
Excitement is one thing, Herr Mozart, and I am grateful that it provided funds for your rather late on the fee. But to shriek about as a wild goose is completely unnecessary.
You call that shrieking? I can give you a shriek, if you wish.
Mamma, Mozart, listen. There's nothing wrong with a little joy. Besides, we haven't had such things like singing and joyous carousing since Papa passed.
Indeed. I had fun with your song, Herr Mozart. I'm sure another moment will come for us to enjoy soon.
I hope so too. Adieu for now. I'm going upstairs to write or lie down. Maybe both. Who knows? Madam Weber. Pop a stick in the old mud. Oh, codder.
That man is an absolute knave. He's a complete and utter lout.
Mamma, enough. You used to be full of life, as much as Herr Mozart is. Why spoil the moment with such callous behavior?
Mark my words, Constanze. His tongue will land him in the deepest of wells, and he'll be the one to blame.